Hey gang! If you for some reason didn't know, I came out with an album not too long ago called This Will All Be Over Soon. It's definitely my most experimental to date, with genres spanning from indie rock to electronic. Most importantly though, hidden deep in the lyrics is an intricately crafted story, lore if you will. I figured I'd take some time to go through each song and help their stories of love, yearning, death, absurdism, the world ending become a little more clearer. So let's start from the top, shall we? The album opens up with raccoon food, which in its very first lyrics connect to my previous album, There's No Signal in This Part of Town. The setting of No Signal, Skeleton Town, is now long gone, as humans replace the skeletons and bury them into the ground. Our main character, Sammy, has moved into this newly renovated town, but it's not long before she notices strange happenings near her house.
Back into my bedroom, there's a creature by my window, with stripes and a human arm inside its mouth.
Sammy quickly becomes paranoid, and the rest of the song follows her as she warns of raccoons digging through tombstones and in the bridge, one of the most important lines of the album comes up.
They say you're mentality, time you're not giving it, how you spend it all, and you'll never even know it, no, you'll never even know it.
This line only comes up one other time, but it is very important, so keep it in the back of your mind. Basically, the song introduces two things: the world potentially ending, and creatures doing absurd things. They may seem unrelated, but don't worry, you'll see the connection later. Sammy's paranoia continues as we learn of the other creatures roaming around town, the greyhounds. They don't do much other than what is described in the song's chorus.
Greyhounds are howling at my door. Eventually they get so hard to ignore. They yell out asking me to roll in.
Either way though, they still haunt Sam and they bother her as she goes about her daily life, which happens to be the life of a musician. Going back to the first verse though, the song also introduces the love story that is weaved into the album. The yearning that Sam experiences is not going away, and will only get stronger as the record progresses. Emotions is actually not too big of a lore song, just continuing the insecurity Sam feels due to the greyhounds. It goes pretty in detail on the insecurity though, with lyrics like,
maybe if I love you hard enough, I'll forget that I hate myself.
and a chorus that simply repeats. Yeah, not much to say here. It's a banger single though. Top song on my Spotify, so can't complain. One thing though, this final section mentions Sam's yearning for an unnamed person again, but it's not until the next song when the person is given a name. Okay, first off, the title of the song references the movie Donnie Darko. You don't have to watch it to understand the story of this album, but I do reference it a lot, especially in this song. We learn that the name of Sam's love interest is Cody, a golden furry dog. The song goes for their relationship and how Sam wishes there were more. The chorus shows Cody's conflicting ideas of Sam, scolding her for thinking too much about the future and not staying in the present. Either way, Sam clings to what she hopes her and Cody could be to distract her from the chaos happening in her life. The yearning continues with golden fur, and there's a funky dog metaphor because, you know, Cody's a dog. In the first half of the song, Sam sees her and Cody as equals, saying,
I love you like a dog and you're no different than me.
However, as the song goes on, she realizes she's really the one who's treated like a dog in the relationship. Ironic, right? In the chorus, she describes Cody as
perfectly cliche and everything I wish I could be.
In the extended second verse, Sam continues to see the reality of their relationship.
You can walk away and I'll stay, but for you I can't believe the same. I mean,
the final lines of the second verse come to a climax as she says,
hide the tears until they burst. It hurts to know no one can replace you.
So yeah, Sam is way more attached to the relationship than Cody is, and this theme will only continue as the album goes on. Lens Flare really just continues the yearning from the last few songs. It goes back to the idea that if Sam and Cody were together, it would
think so that was wrong. You broke it once before, but can I trust you with my heart?
She recognizes that clinging to this relationship won't do anything, but she still believes it'll make her happier. In the bridge, the dog metaphor somewhat comes back, with Sam asking,
If I call out your name, will you come?
further showing the disconnect between her and Cody. Also, an important object that comes back in later songs is introduced in the final section of the song. Sam speaks of a picture she has of her and Cody, describing how
it's blurry and the sun shone too brightly.
all these pent up emotions and feelings and yearning all come together in empty hands. As Sam describes,
is it different when it's you?
Also, just because I really like the chorus and how it describes Sam and Cody's relationship, I'm just gonna let it play.
It's so dumb how you make me smile, like what you said was funny. I think you're just the laughing gas at the dentist's office, only there to ease the pain, for fuzzy feeling and a kiss on the cheek.
Cody is really just some dude who Sam has attached herself to. He's not funny, but she's still gonna laugh at whatever he says because she likes everything that he does. Can y'all see the unhealthy obsession yet? In the second verse, she recognizes that she's the only one who can really see the love in their relationship, saying,
You'd have to be there to see it.
The photo from lens flare comes back, as she says,
We look like ghosts in the photo.
get it? Cause your local ghost goes, yeah, I'm not funny. I can write jokes. The second chorus changes up a bit, with her describing how even when she and Cody hold hands, she doesn't feel the love she's yearning for. All of this is just imaginary. There really isn't any love in their relationship at all. From this angle, it's gonna be really obvious. I'm reading from a script. But, I mean, what YouTuber doesn't? Before the Party is really just an interlude into the second half of the album, but it does set the scene for the setting of the next song, Halloween, which is by far the most story-heavy song on the album. A lot of stuff happens in this next one. Alright, we're gonna kind of speedrun this one, because like I said, a lot of stuff happens, and if I went in depth into all of it, it would be here all day. So, Sam and Cody agreed to meet up at a Halloween party. He's in a corner all alone. They head back to Sam's place and pack their things to go to Cody's place. They speed down the roads and the cops chase them down, and Sam says this line.
You didn't tell me.
This is important for later, write it down. Then finally, things slow down a little bit as Sam is driving to Cody's house, while he's laying down in the back seat. During the second section of the song, Sam starts to monologue out loud about never feeling so loved yet still so empty. Empty hands reference. And how she'd do anything to make him happy, like building a whole new galaxy with him as the sun. As she's saying all this romantic, borderline obsessive stuff, she realizes,
You fell asleep to my ramble.
diddle darn. Again, Cody puts 0% into the relationship while Sam puts in 1,000%. The song crescendos as she describes not being able to see past the fog, meaning all the bad parts of the relationship she's been ignoring, and how she's finally realizing how unhealthy her attachment to Cody is. At the very end, Sam asks, Bet you almost forgot about Sam's paranoia about the world ending. Well, under all the stress of realizing her relationship with Cody is crumbling, it's only going to get worse. Alright, this is another lore heavy one, so strap in. The two finally arrive at Cody's house, but to Sam's confusion, there's a large bottomless pit by his house. This is what Cody didn't tell him during that part of Halloween. He's completely normal about it though, saying he's always wondered what would happen if he fell inside. They walk into the house and try to ignore all the questions that the bottomless pit raises, but because Sam is Sam, she can't shut it out of her mind. In the chorus, she says,
Somebody somewhere's gotta know the answers to the secrets hidden in the corners of our eyes.
Since Cody isn't going to be any help at figuring out what is going on, she feels alone in trying to investigate why there's raccoons and greyhounds roaming around in their town, and why there's a huge bottomless pit next to Cody's house. Things only get weirder in the second verse. Sam sits outside and watches bugs fall into the pit as a greyhound watches in the distance. She too starts to wonder what would happen if she fell inside. And
Guess I got my answer when a skeleton crawled out.
the skeletal remains mentioned in the very first song are back, and they're sentient. And as mentioned in the bridge, they want revenge. Also, cool thing, the bridge brings back the lines from Raccoon Food's bridge.
Seen of one Saturday, and I'm sorry that we are given, and how we'll spend it all, and you'll never even know it.
We learn that the skeletons want to take back their town, and they'll do anything to take it back. Rightfully so, Sam is freaking out. But by the time Cody gets there, the skeletons have disappeared. Cody says it's been too long since Sam had gotten any sleep. And she agrees, but she still feels that
something wrong in this town.
We relax from the lore for a little bit with this one, and Cody is finally realizing the absurdity of what is going on. They realize that all they have is each other as things start to go whack. The second verse describes how the town they live in hasn't done anything good for them. But with Cody, Sam can look past it and find hope in the situation. Despite all this and the romantic chorus, the bridge put things into perspective.
Why do we love more when we're in danger? If the world wasn't ending, would you just be a stranger?
This is the closest Sam and Cody have been since they've met. But it's only because they need each other to ignore the absurdity going on around them. If this wasn't happening, would their relationship be back to square one? No time for questioning, more crazy stuff is happening. It's twilight outside, with the sky turning purple and blue while greyhounds are running through the trees, and more skeletons are crawling out of the pit. The chorus describes the sky opening up and how there will be nothing but
us and the people we touch.
If you get the reference this chorus is referring to, then I love you forever and you have great taste in movies. In the second verse, the two are back on the road and driving away from the skeletons now dancing around the pit. The bridge references the photo all the way back from Len's Slayer and Empty Hands, but
it's all done enough. Will I remember you? Will they remember us?
things are really going down, and they go underground to hide from the chaos outside. Sam says,
I hope you know I love you. That's the last thing that I told you.
and then this is gonna be the wackest angle. Love Always flashes back to a date Sam and Cody went on, walking into a Walgreens with a broken sign, turning into a Reens. Sam says in the chorus that if
but if our bodies are here to stay, then I will love you always.
in the second verse, she describes how ignorance is a free trial for heaven, because, you know, if you don't see the bad going on, you only see the good. But now it's expired, and she has to find happiness despite the chaos in the world. She describes another date they went on at a local fair, and how
Ferris wheel, and I held your hand. I love you too much for you to understand.
we shift from a flashback to right before the last events of the sky opened up, where Sam is reassuring Cody that if she's gone, she won't really be gone.
I'm in your heart. Can I stay in your heart?
If it isn't clear already, Sam died at the end of The Sky Opened Up. The rest of the bridge calls all the way back to Greyhounds' bridge. Soon overlaps it with Love Always' chorus in the first section of the bridge. A lot of stuff going on, I know. Finally, after a quick refrain which brings back Raccoon's foods, we become or we destroy, it brings back his outro lyrics. So yeah, it ends on somewhat of a cliffhanger. What happened to Cody? How will he cope with the loss of Sam? Will the outside world be safe to enter after the skeletons and greyhounds take over? I don't know. Who knows, maybe one day I'll make a little epilogue EP describing what happens after the events of this album. But you'll just have to wait and see. Either way, I hope this helped anyone trying to figure out the lore of the album. Or if you had no idea it had lore, I hope this is a good description of what the heck is going on in the lyrics. And maybe you'll want to dig even further into its world and characters. I'd love to make official art to provide some visuals to support all this storytelling, but that's another thing we'll have to wait and see for. I can only do so much by myself. But anyway, this has been your local ghost. Thank you so much for watching this video, and to anyone who's listened to the album, and have a great day/night. I'll see you.